Good morning, guys. I hope you're all well. I'm very snuffly and a bit coldy. Had it for a few days. I had a cold over winter, and it only cleared up about a month back, and now I've got another one. Need to start overdosing on vitamin C and things like that. So, anyway, stop. Sorry. Enough feeling sorry for myself and moaning. Okay, so Patio clean, Indian sandstone. Oh, it's absolutely covered in black spot. I can see it. I can see it already. I've already pre-warned the customer that I'll go over it multiple times. But there's no way I'm going to remove all these black spots. They've been allowed to fester, get deep within. There's just no way. It's just not happening. I can tell you now, I'm not being defeatist. I just know my trade. I've been doing this so long. I've done so many Indian sandstone patios. I just know by looking at them which ones are likely to come up and which ones aren't. And this is one that's not. If it does come up and I'm proved wrong, excellent, happy days. But I very much doubt I'm wrong. Anyway, so once it's cleaned, that's what I'm going to be doing today. And then I'm going to be going over any of the joints with a grinder, because I'm going to repoint it, and I'm going to repoint it with flow point. So I've been doing quite a lot of these flow point ones. I haven't been recording the majority because they're actually quite stressful, and you need to be on the ball, and they need your full attention. So when I'm recording, it distracts me, and I find that that's when I make mistakes, and I let things dry out too quickly. Because with this flow point, this is the major downside to this flow point. It dries so quickly. It caught me out a couple of weeks back when it was anyone who knows the weather in the UK at the moment, it starts off pretty cold in the morning, and then by midday it's nice and warm. But that particular day I was doing this flow point job at about 11-12 o'clock. It warmed up to about 20 degrees. I had left it on too long and it baked it on. I panicked. I bought myself a Karcher for these jobs because I thought my pressure washer is overkill. The Karcher will do perfectly adequately. How wrong I was. Luckily, that day I thought to myself, do you know what? Just in case this Karcher isn't up to scratch, I'll bring my pressure washer with me. And boy, I'm glad I did. Because I tell you what, if I hadn't have brought my pressure washer, I'd have never got it off. So anyone who's thinking about using flow point, if you've got a powerful pressure washer, like a 21 litre a minute Honda or something like that, or a Lonsin, then yeah, don't panic. You can get it off. It takes a while, but it will come off, so don't panic, because that's what I did. I panicked, and because the Karcher just wasn't shifting it. So I set up my equipment, and yeah, the good old Honda 21 litre a minute got rid of it. Or sorry, Lonsin I'm using at the moment. Anyway, so look, I'm waffling on. Let's go and have a walk around the job. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Right. Here's the beginning. Now, let me just point out straight away, this pot is not being moved. It's super duper heavy. Also, look at these cracks all along here. There's cracks everywhere around this pot. I could roll that, I could pull it, push it. If I do that, it's likely to just crack. The risk of that cracking is just too high. So the customer has said to me, don't move it, don't worry about it, just work around it, it's not a problem. So yeah, that will not be moved. Anyway, onwards. Look at that, that's really dark. Look at these spots. You can tell these have been here a long time. I would say at least 10-15 years these spots have had a chance to to really take root. I will definitely improve this. You've seen me on my previous videos that I just keep going over it, keep going over it, keep going over it. Definitely will improve. Oh, look at that one. I mean, it's not a huge patio, but there's a lot of work here. I'm probably going to have to go over this 5 times. 5 times is my maximum going over. If it don't come off going over it 5 times, then it ain't coming off. So all these flags they will be light yellows and beiges, maybe the odd pink one thrown in, orange, possibly. There's just no way of knowing because it's so filthy. Plan of action is pressure wash it with flat surface cleaner, then go around the edges. You've got this is old resin pointing. Look, I can scrape that out with my hand. The brilliant thing about that stuff is that I will just clean the bulk of it with the flat surface cleaner, then I'll clean the edges, then I'll just go around full 200 bar blasting the resin compound out. That will come out no problem. I don't need to get a grinder, it just comes out. I may need to grind away any high spots of the bedding mortar, but that's about it. I did bring my grinder, but looking at it now, I don't think there's anything I'm going to need to grind out. It's all just resin. Happy days. Because you know me, I don't like having to bend over because of my back, but it's certainly not going to be an easy day, that's for sure. Let's just pray it comes off after the 2nd or 3rd attempt using neat, but I very much doubt it. Mark my words. Mr. Negative. Well, look, we'll see. I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Anyway, enough talk. I'm going to get the drone up, take an aerial shot, and then I'm going to get cracking. Cheers, guys. This is the worst job of the year so far, without question. For dealing with black spot anyway. You can hear in my voice how disheartened I am. Because as an exterior cleaner, you want to get things looking perfect. And this isn't going to come up perfect. Look at these. Look at the shading on these. Look at that. I'd say that's 50% black spot. And it's everywhere. It's horrendous. I mean, I'm definitely going to improve this. I'm not even going to bother going with the X yet. I'm just going to go straight on neat with a brush and agitate it in. I'll do it 5 times and that's it. Rinse off between each time. So let me address something as well. I get quite a few comments of people telling me you're not leaving it on long enough. It should be left on for hours on end and leave it on overnight, 24 hours. Let me just tell you now, that is just a complete waste of time. Okay, so sodium hypochlorite will burn out after about 2 hours. After about 15-20 minutes in contact with organic growth, it starts to go downhill from then. Yes, it's still working and it's still having an effect, but it's past its optimum performance and it's only working very slowly. So yes, like I say, it is working, but as a business, you have a certain amount of time. You've quoted a certain amount of money and time to get a job done. So although it's costing you more in sodium hypochlorite, it's best just to let it sit there for 20 minutes. Once it's hit its peak and it's going downhill, wash it off and start again. If you've got all the time in the world and you're not a business, yes, leave it on for 2 hours at a time, because it will definitely do more, but it's not doing a lot. And as a business, I need to get this done as quick as possible, as effectively and as quickly as possible, without cutting corners. So once it's hit its peak, 20 minutes, that's it, rinse it off, start again. What you 24-hour guys have seen is you've seen the results of the first 2 hours, 3 possibly at push, the rest of the 21, 22 hours, it's just sitting there doing nothing, because it just evaporates and just leaves a residue of salt behind. That's all it is. It's just, it reverts back to its original form, which is salt, hence the sodium part in sodium hypochlorite. So, yeah, look, I'm sorry I'm not having a pop, but it is a little bit frustrating when I've done this so many times. I've tried every method under the sun to get the best results, and I found this to be the best, optimum, time and cost efficient way of doing it. But look, if you're a DIY and you've got all the time in the world, yeah, apply it, leave it 2-3 hours, and then reapply 2-3 hours. You'll get good results, and you'll be using much less sodium hypochlorite. But I, as a business, have quoted a certain amount of time, and I need to get it done and get on to the next job. Anyway, rant over. Let's get this hypo. So that's been about 30-35 minutes. Now remember, the first application is always the most drastic. It will show quite a big difference. So let me turn you around. Look at that. Compared to what it was, massive improvement. But it's everywhere still. Look at it. Oh, it's soul destroying. You know what I mean? It's everywhere and it's intense still. So I'm going to rinse this off and I'm going to go again. It's always better to, I always find it's better to rinse off, get rid of that old stuff, because you don't want to dilute the new stuff with the old stuff that's been sort of contaminated with organic growth, and then that's instantly going to contaminate the fresh stuff and make it less effective. So yeah, rinse down, then start again. Let's do it. That's the third application, and actually I just did a little experiment and didn't rinse down after the second and just directly applied the third, and actually, you know what, it seems to be working really well. I mean, the theory of washing down in between each application I think is more applicable after the first, because after the first treatment there's masses of contamination from dirt and organic growth that's initially been taken off and is mixed in with the hypo that's spent, and then if you add fresh stuff, then that's just getting diluted down. But after the second rinse, all it's doing is attacking pure black spot. So I actually think that's the way to go, because let me turn you around. You can see here, look, this is classic, showing that the hypo is doing its thing. It sort of turns the black spots white and they start fizzing. But now I think it's time to rinse down. I'm going to leave this another 20 minutes, I say, rinse it down, and then I'm going to apply another 2 coats, one after the other. So that'll be a total of 5. There are areas where it's 90% gone, but then there's horrible little areas like this. And this, that one there's come off amazing. Look at the colour of that one, that's so beautiful. I said at the beginning, didn't I, there might be oranges, so there's quite a lot of oranges in here.
A brown one there, sort of pinky there. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Pink there, there's a nice pinky one. Sort of orange mixed in with the cream. Lovely. A sandstone is such an amazing material for patios. It's just the black spot makes it look terrible. Oh, here's some nice pink ones, look. Pink. Pink. Pink in that. Oh, so nice. So, look. This actually seems to be coming up better than I expected. I definitely think the sun is helping, that's for sure. I'm going to stop talking, take this bloody mask off, which I hate wearing. And yeah, I'm going to give it 20 minutes and I'm going to come back, start again. And hopefully we can get a lot more of this, of what's left off here. Alright guys, see you in a bit.
Right everyone, fifth and final treatment. We're nearly there. It's looking pretty good. There's still spots left behind, but I knew that was going to be the case. But let's see what number 5 does.
Okay, so we'll leave that for another 20 minutes. Then that's it, I'm calling it a day. I'm going to rinse this down. There's a couple of little rust spots on the patio that I'm going to try and treat.
Okay, that's me done for today. I'm actually pleasantly surprised at how well this has come out. So let's have a look. Okay, it's still very wet. Still very wet. I mean, that's pretty good going actually. I wasn't optimistic, as you know. I was a bit negative, not expecting this to come up at all. But that is looking good. Pretty much no black spots around here. I mean, there's the odd one dotted around. See, look, it's just draining off a little bit now. I've just literally finished rinsing off. There's a couple of rust spots I want to get there before I go, but apart from that, I'm pretty happy. I mean, this bit around here is the worst. You can still see spots around the edges, but that's 5 times neat. So yeah, you just got to know when to give up. So instead of like a 9 or a 10 out of 10, which is what I aim for, this is probably a 7, possibly an 8. Once it's dried off. I mean, on camera it looks amazing, but when you start looking close, you can still see spots. Oh, I missed that bit along there. That's alright. I'll just grind that up, just scrape it out with a screwdriver. Okay, guys, look, I am going to get myself loaded up, and I'll see you in the morning for the repointing. This will be fun. It's supposed to be light rain tomorrow, which is actually a good thing, because if it was like this, it'd be a nightmare. Right, I'm going to pack up. I'll see you in the morning. Cheers, guys. That's had about 10 minutes. It's not quite ready, because if you look, it's nearly there. It's just a little bit tacky. So I reckon there's another maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and then I can go over that with the Repointing Berta sponge machine. Yeah. So, just wanted to address something. The last time I did a video of this, I got a few comments. Now look, I know no matter what you do, no matter what profession, no matter what it is, wherever it is in the world, there's always someone who knows better, thinks they know better. You're doing it wrong, they think you should do it this way. It's just part and parcel of social media. But I did just want to address it, because I'm probably going to get these comments on this video unless I show you the instructions. If you want to tell me I'm doing it wrong and you think you know better, that's no problem, go ahead. I would like to point out that I am following the instructions on the bag. So Ultrascape, Ultrascape, who make this product, tell you how to do it, and this is how they want you to do it. Let me just show you. There's the instructions. Now, if you want to pause this on while you're watching, let me just point this out. Okay, so around here, the mortar should be constantly moved over the surface to repeatedly top up joints in which the mortar may have slumped following initial placement. So there you have it. That's how they tell you to do it. Here you go. This is what happened to me 2 weeks ago. The sun is your enemy using flow point. There's lots of bits. Let me show you. Hang on. So here, that's dried on, rock solid. Look. All there. There's some back here. Here, I can't get off. So now I've got to go and get my pressure washer. There's a load over here as well. If that sun hadn't come out, it'd have been fine. I'd have been able to get it all off. It's an absolute nightmare. I mean, it's amazing stuff. And once it's set and done, it looks amazing. It's going to last for years, and that's what the customer's paying for. But to put it on, if the sun comes out, oh my Lord. Anyway, look, I've got to stop talking to you. I need to get my pressure washer and get this and get these dry bits off. I've literally just got away with that. Wow. I quite possibly just got away with that by the skin of my teeth. For anyone out there thinking of using flow point, don't use it in the sun. See, look, the sun's gone in now. If the sun hadn't come out, that wouldn't have happened. It literally just bakes it. It bakes it on so badly. The Karcher wasn't cutting it. So I had to get the old Lonsin out. By the way, I've been a Honda snob my entire pressure washing career. I've been using, I've replaced a Honda engine recently with a Lonsin. And do you know what? The Lonsin's actually more powerful and it's just as reliable so far. So if you're thinking of getting a pressure washer, I highly recommend the Lonsin. They're really good. Anyway, look, I think I'm going to call it a day today. That's just panicked the hell out of me, that has. I've ended up soaking the paving over this side. All the joints are soaked, and I don't really want them soaked. Right, anyway. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Bit of an early day then, and I'll finish this off tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Okay guys, that's me done. It's looking pretty good. I mean, these jobs are bloody hell. These jobs are such hard work, but the result in the end makes it all worthwhile. So look, I'll stop talking and show you what I've done. Okay guys, thank you all for watching. So if you've enjoyed what you've seen, I don't do masses of these, but I do them every now and then. So if you've enjoyed watching this video, please consider pressing that like button, pressing that subscribe. It really helps me out. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. It really does mean the world to me. And hopefully I'll see you again next time. Cheers guys.